What's up, guys? It's Captain's Productions, and today we're on the secondary channel, or my extra channel, whatever the hell you want to call it. And today, as the title suggests, we're doing my top 20 favourite LEGO Star Wars minifigures of all time, or at least the ones I own. So, a few points to point out here. One, I'm sorry I've not uploaded for about 4 days, even though I was doing these almost daily. Second of all, just because a minifigure's not here doesn't mean I don't like it. Also, like, there's some good characters, like, I'm not saying these are the best characters in Star Wars, but I'm just saying, like, these are my favourite minifigures. Second of all, there's hundreds of minifigures I like that I don't personally own that aren't here. And yeah, there's 20 of them because originally I thought, right, I'll never be able to do 5. And I thought to myself, right, let's try and do 10, but I couldn't even make it that small. Most people do a top 5 or a top 10. Personally, I'm doing 20. Which means after this video, I'm actually going to have to go through my collection for tomorrow's video and try and find at least 20 that I don't like. See, the thing is, I mostly only buy minifigures that I like, at least the ones that don't come in sets anyway. And these are all minifigures that I really, really like, and they're my favourite ones in my collection. For instance, I really like the Cloud City Boba Fett. He's not in my collection. I really like the Queen Amidala minifigure from 2012, the one with the red dress piece. I don't own that, at least not yet anyway. So that's my point. These are my top 20 minifigures in my collection, my 20 favourite minifigures. So let's get started. So before we do, actually, one thing I will say is, this is not in any particular order. They are laid out by movie. That's just my OCD doing this. But, no minifigure is number 1, no minifigure is number 15, no minifigure is number 20, if that makes sense. There's in no particular order, I've just laid them out by movie, so there's no minifigure here I like more than the other. These are just my top 20 favourite minifigures. So let's begin. So starting off, the first few minifigures we're looking at here are from Attack of the Clones, because, well, guess what? I do have some Phantom Menace stuff, it's just not my favourite. So, this is the original Yoda back in 2002 from Attack of the Clones. Cool minifigure. A lot of these minifigures just have nostalgic attachments to them. Some of them do anyway, but really cool minifigure. Really do like him. Next minifigure, also from Attack of the Clones, obviously, and from that same year. This is the Anakin Skywalker from said movie, and well, as much as he's bland and stuff, I just remember playing as him in the Complete Saga, and I got him a couple years ago, and he's just one of my favourite minifigures ever since. Some of the blander minifigures do look cool. Our next minifigure is also Attack of the Clones, who guessed, obviously, and it's the Obi-Wan Kenobi from that. By the way, the Anakin and Obi-Wan are from the Bounty Hunter Pursuit. I don't own the set though. Cool minifigure, just has that retro look. I just enjoy the ones that, these older looking minifigures. Next one we have to look at here is Zam West, also from Bounty Hunter Pursuit. I just bought the minifigures in a lot a few years ago. I never actually bought the set. I like this minifigure because, torso printing, waist printing, leg printing. I mean, obviously nothing on the back, but for 2002, I mean, this was the coolest thing ever for 2002. So, as in my book, is one of the coolest minifigures ever made. So, next we're going to look at Clone Wars stuff. Just adjusted the camera there, but first minifigure is Hondo Onaka. I mean, obviously he's bare bones, he's basic, only has torso and head printing, but you know what? I really do enjoy the print on this minifigure. He's a cool character, he's like one of my favourite characters, and he's one of my favourite minifigures. The only thing I fault him for is, because of the colour used on him, the arms and the torso can crack so easily, and it is very frustrating, so I'll admit I'm always scared to pick up this minifigure. Our next minifigure is, how could I not, because one, he's the mascot for my channel, technically, and my favourite of the clones, and maybe one of my favourite Star Wars characters in general, Captain Rex. So this is the original one from 2008 that came in that AAT set. He has, slightly different face just to make him look different. Got a nice helmet. I mean, he is basic. I'd imagine if he was in a set today, there'd be more detail, but I like the simplicity. And one minifigure that should be in every one is this is the minifigure that started Clone Armies, basically. The Phase 1 Clone Wars Clone Trooper. A really cool minifigure. There is the head. I really do like this minifigure. Really cool. And a minifigure that is almost as iconic as that in the LEGO Star Wars world now, and it is the 2020 501st Trooper. Now, personally, I think I have, let's see, I have 6 of the battle packs, so actually I'm not sure exactly how many of these minifigures I have, whatever 6 times 3 is. I'm not actually sure, but I have a lot of these guys, and it's a really cool minifigure. There's the head, it has the more accurate head, but this minifigure is going to go down the same way that Clone Trooper did back in 2008 and 2009. It's just, one of the coolest minifigures and most nostalgic. Like in 10 years, that should have the same nostalgia that does. Next minifigure is, we're starting Revenge of the Sith, the only two Revenge of the Sith figures. We have Anakin Skywalker, and obviously he's not the most good looking, but you know who he is. Like, you know who the character is based on the Lego minifigure. Again, playing as him in the complete saga, and just the minifigure, because he's the original version, he has a lot of nostalgia. He's got that chrome lightsaber hilt, as most of these minifigures do. I think all of them here, apart from one, have it. But, it's a cool minifigure. He's got the pilot headset and stuff, no double-sided print, and, not even pupils on the eyes, but a cool minifigure. Another cool minifigure from Revenge of the Sith that is in my top 20 is Obi-Wan Kenobi. So, yeah, there's a lot of Anakins and Obi-Wans in this, or at least there's two of each. But he's a cool minifigure. He's got that pilot headset again, so he's from the starting scene of the movie. Really cool minifigure. Got that chrome lightsaber hilt. Really do enjoy. Starting on episode 4, A New Hope. So we have a Rebel Trooper. So this minifigure was in a battle pack. I own 8 of him, but to me, there's something cool about this minifigure. There's something I really enjoy here that I don't know what it is exactly. I just really enjoy this minifigure, and he's really cool for me. I think the nostalgia is because it was one of the first Lego sets I got back in the day. I'm going to make a video later on this channel on my other one, the main one, my Lego Star Wars collecting history, but really cool minifigure. I do enjoy him. Another minifigure from around that same time I have nostalgia for is C-3PO, because this was the first proper C-3PO that was the correct colours, that looked right. So I really do like this minifigure, really do enjoy him, and he's one of my favourites. He was in the 2008 Death Star, he was in the Tantive 4, he was in the Luke's Land Speeder, he's in cool sets. Now here's a more recent minifigure. There's a few more recent ones. You have the 501st Trooper, and then there's this one. So this is called U3PO. He was in that 2016 Advent Calendar. Why do I like him? Even though he only features in a few seconds of A New Hope at the start, it's the fact that we got a protocol droid that wasn't C3PO. Like, go back 10 years ago, it wasn't very common, but do you know what? I like how we occasionally get protocol droids who aren't C-3PO. I mean, you can use them in really any kind of mock, and that's what I like about this minifigure. Another minifigure is another nostalgic one from the 2008 era, Lego Star Wars, is the Stormtrooper basic black head helmet that can turn. Yeah, take notes on this Lego. This one can turn. Unlike your new one, got the basic blaster, just, not too much. Really do like this minifigure, and he's definitely one of my favourites. Moving into the Empire Strikes Back. Here's a more recent minifigure as well. So this is Bespin Luke, or Cloud City Luke Skywalker from the 2018 MBS Cloud City, I think it is. Yeah, it's the big playset Cloud City. So really cool minifigure. I don't own the set, I got him in a magazine, but I like how they put him in a magazine. He's one of those cool minifigures, because when I was a kid, I really did like the one that was in the original 03 Cloud City. Same age as me, that set. Though I could never afford the minifigures, never mind the set, because it was hundreds of pounds. So to have this minifigure as an adult, this, more updated one, this cool looking one, that's something that brings me a lot of joy, because it's, one of those minifigures I could never get as a child, but I'm happy I got one of those newer ones. A minifigure that is kind of expensive, although I'm not really surprised considering his mould and everything to him apart from the gun is unique. But, Zuckuss, he was in that 2019 Slave 1, which is going up in value. This is a really cool minifigure. I urge anyone to get him. I've seen him go for like £30 upwards on the internet, so he's getting up there in value. I'm happy I have him. Really cool minifigure indeed. So we're going to start with Return of the Jedi. You can already see who we have here. And it's Jabba. It is Jabba the Hutt from 2003, so same age as me. Big green ball, basically, that's all he is. But that's what I like about him. I mean, the one they brought out in 2012 was Jabba's Palace, and the 2013 Sailbarge is cool. But this one, there's more, I have nostalgia for this one. I don't know what it is. I never had this one as a kid. There's just something about I only got him about 3 years ago. But there's just something about him that's really nostalgic that I enjoy, even though he's really basic as a minifigure. Another one that I have a lot of nostalgia for, because when I was a kid, I did have him, and some of my friends thought he was quite a cool minifigure, because I remember getting this minifigure in 2012, I think. And the cool thing was, at the time, the Han Solo minifigures had actual up-to-date printing, so me and my friends at school always thought it was pretty cool, just the retro kind of smirk. And at the time, we thought this minifigure was like super rare because he was in that Ultimate Collector's Falcon. Like I don't know why none of us knew he was in the Death Star at the time, but you know, it was kind of cool to have him. But yeah, last two minifigures are from The Mandalorian, and of course we have Mando or Din Djarin. I love everything about this minifigure: the arm print, torso print, the reflectiveness, everything, the cape. I guess there's one thing that faults this minifigure, but that one fault would not hurt it on this list in any way. Is when you take off his helmet, a black head. This is based on season 2. We already know what he looks like unless you've not seen The Mandalorian, but still, that's the only thing that upsets me. In our final minifigure, you guys probably seen this coming. Yeah, I'll get it to focus here. There we go. And it is Baby Yoda. The only thing I can fault him for is a bit fat at the back, but do you know what? Apart from that, it's pretty cool. I believe this is the Maggie Simpson torso from the Simpsons CMF from about 7 years ago, which is cool. So, yeah. This has been a fun video to make. So, yeah, that's been my top 20 favourite LEGO Star Wars minifigures. So, again, like I said at the start, there's lots and lots of minifigures I do love that I don't have, like the original Greedo, but this is just the ones in my collection. I feel like I should make these every so often, like, I don't know if I should do them, like, you know, every 6 months or a year, I don't know. Leave a suggestion for that. There's a lot of cool minifigures here, a lot of rare ones. On my main channel, I always do a video on my rare minifigures, by the way, so you can check that out. Like, I do that every September. So, 6 months I'll do another one. These minifigures are ones that are nostalgic, or just ones I think look good, and, you know, like the Anakin and the Obi-Wan, the Han Solo, the Stormtrooper, the Anakin Obi-Wan from Revenge of the Sith. They just have a lot of nostalgia for me as a kid, so that's why I like them so much. Because some people look at these and go, these are trash, they're not as cool as their 2021 equivalents. I love them for that reason, just the uniqueness from a simpler time in LEGO Star Wars. But yeah, so tomorrow I'm actually going to go prepare for this just now. The top 20, or at least whatever number I can think of, for like bad minifigures in my collection that I like the least. I'm not saying those are bad characters, those are just my least favourites. Anyway, see you guys in tomorrow's video.